Hello, movie fans. Welcome back. I am the movie guru and welcome to my page. Thank you for checking out this video. Now that season 2 of From has ended and knocked us all off our feet, what's next? Believe it or not, there's still a ton of mysteries in the show, and I believe that this break between seasons is just what we need to sort out some of the details. Of course, this is my first video of many I will be doing on From, so please hit the like and subscribe to be notified when they are released. On this video, I'm breaking down a repeatedly mentioned, often overlooked detail on the show. Who are the grandparents? A lot of people overlook this detail, focusing on the sky or tarot. But all jokes aside, whatever the basis of the show is and whatever the reason it is called From, we have to look at the information in the show and use those clues to solve the riddle. One theory that I had since the first episode was, where was the Matthews family going in episode 1? Watching the episode, we find out they were going to visit Tabitha's parents, who would be Julie and Ethan's grandparents. Now, the missing poster said the family was last seen leaving Glendale, Arizona and headed towards Yellowstone. But that's not what they said. There was zero mention of Yellowstone, neither did anyone look packed for hiking or camping. There was no camping gear or any sign of any camping luggage in the RV. Now, this could be the show being the show, but if you ask me, it seems odd. During the ride, Jim said this to Tabitha. Remember the last time we went to visit your parents? So wherever they were going, they had been before. During season 1, I had this theory that there was a third group, and I looked for some more evidence, but trying to connect if Tabitha's parents were a part of this third group and if they do this down tree lost townspeople thing every 1 to 5 years. My basis for this was because Jim or Tabitha didn't see the creatures initially, and the only one that did was Julie. And when the creature saw her, he said, "Julie, don't you remember me?" and didn't try to lunge at her or try to kill her like we've seen so many times. I'm a big believer that whatever we need to solve this show was given to us already in either season 1 or season 2, and I'm willing to bet heavy it was in season 1, episode 1. We don't hear much else about the grandparents until the season finale, when Ethan and Jim are by Julie's bed and Ethan says this: "If we die, will we see Grandpa and Thomas?" I must say that was pretty morbid for Ethan. He's been one of the most positive or optimistic characters on the show, believing this was a game or some sort of quest that they need to solve and even save someone. At this point, he looks like he lost all hope, and if not, accepting the defeat they're facing. And Jim doesn't do much to cheer him up besides say yes. In this same scene, Ethan could have been talking about Jim's dad, but that would alter the original storyline the writers already gave us, which was Tabitha's parents in season 1, episode 1. They wouldn't bring up another set of grandparents if they already introduced one set, and we can assume Jim does have parents since he's alive. This is an example of Chekhov's gun, and the fact that the detail has been brought up, it will more than likely be used at some point in the story. So we have to assume that at some point the grandparents will play a role in the show. Whether or not they're part of this third group or creatures is yet to be determined. An upcoming theory that was discussed during my live stream with Taryn was that since the grandparents were mentioned and since they were traveling to see them, there is a possibility that they are involved in this town somehow. The Matthews family might have been close to their destination, which could be seen by them pulling off the highway and going to a residential road, which on this same road could have been the grandparents' house. And the parents themselves might have been in the town, a part of the third group, or once have been in the town and escaped from the town. There's also a strong rumor that Victor's sister, are you ready for this? May be Tabitha's mom, making him her uncle, which could explain why her and Victor are so close and have this eerie connection, also making Ethan his nephew. In season 1, Victor, a seemingly keep-to-himself guy, went straight up to Julie like, "Hey, I'm your creepy uncle." Now that season 2 has ended and Tabitha is seemingly in the real world, I'm sure she will have to contact her next of kin, who would be her parents since her family is lost. Well, I mean, not lost, but in Fromville. And the mystery will start from there. And we may have some clues on if they were looking for her this whole time, and even some strange looks at some familiar items like the lunchbox she transferred through with. The theory with this is that it could belong to some sort of long lost brother that Tabitha's mother never told her about. But this is just a theory. So what do you think about the grandparents theory? What are some of your thoughts on Tabitha and possibly being connected more to the town than seemingly? I would love to know you guys' theories. As always, please subscribe and let's talk about it in the comments. Thanks for listening. I'm the Movie Guru. Until next time, take care.